chocolate chip cookies today. Mine are the best and everyone else is full of crap, except for I'm gonna put walnuts in them just so you don't like them anymore. I get the question often, do you like chocolate chip cookies that are chewy and soft, or do you like them to be crispy? You should have both. When you bite into it, you get a little bit of crispness on the outside, and then it just turns into ooey gooey goodness in the middle. When making cookies, we separate the dry ingredients from the wet ingredients. If we're to mix the wet and dry together really early and overwork the flour, the cookies will get tough and chewy like bread. The first and most famous dry ingredient of all is flour. So we're gonna put 2 cups of flour in our dry ingredient bowl, salt, baking soda. We're gonna stir these guys all up so they're evenly distributed. And there's 2 other dry ingredients we're gonna put in here, chocolate chips and walnuts. But I'm not gonna mix them in with these dry ingredients ahead of time. And that's because walnuts have lots of nooks and crannies. And what happens is the walnuts will just envelop the flour, meaning it won't mix in right, and you'll have nice little flour bites inside of your walnut. Wet ingredients is really just everything wet plus sugar. This is 1.5 sticks or 3/4 of a cup of butter. I'm just gonna pour the sugar in here. Mash the butter into the sugar a little bit. There's a position I like, which is sort of like, it reminds me of old movies, you know, when they have the chef in the kitchen and he's holding the bowl like this. Let me tell you, this works. Once you've got the sugar combined in with the butter, we're gonna add the brown sugar. So the sugar on the right over here is a brown sugar. They strip all the molasses out of the sugar along with all the other stuff so that they have refined white sugar. Then they make molasses and they put a little bit more of that molasses back into the sugar that they just stripped raw. The sugar on our left is much darker and it's called a muscovado sugar. And this is sugar that hasn't gone through that part of the refinement process at all. And this gives it a much more complex flavor. So let's add our light brown sugar and make the same thing happen. Let's make the same thing oh, there it goes. So once that's in there, we can add our more fancy brown sugar. So when the whole mixture gets a little bit fluffy and well combined, we are in a good spot. I have 1 egg, but also 1 egg yolk. So we want to do this one at a time. I'm gonna do the egg first, plop, and then, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do it 2 at a time. Get them incorporated into our dough. Scrape down the edges here to make sure that I get everything well incorporated. Now we're gonna add a lot of vanilla. I got 2 whole teaspoons here. I mean, I know I'm happy. So now I'm gonna bring back the dry ingredients. The walnuts I've already toasted. I'm just gonna break them up real quick into this bowl. And you don't have to be precise here with the size. I love crunching nuts. Second thing you'll notice here is I've got these baking chips. Chocolate chips work great. They work fine. Their job though is to hold the chocolate together. If you get baking chips like these, they're less concerned with sticking together because it's just gooier. I want it to just go blah, you know, I want to feel the same way I look after I eat the cookie. We're not looking for precision chops here. We just want to be smaller than the big chips. This is adequate chunkage. So I'm gonna put these guys aside. So the trick is that you wanna mix this until it's just barely combined. Get it in there. Dun, 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 dun. Cool. Assume the position. Barely combine it until we don't see a bunch of dryness. And we'll add a third more. And it's just combined. And then we do the last bit. Don't overdo it. Now we're gonna add all our mix-ins. Blanc. And just as you start to see the flour disappear, make sure to scoop up the bottom, get all the good stuff. Stop. They're gonna bake at 375. You wanna scoop them out in big 1/4 cup scoops. They're big enough that the outside will crisp, but the inside will be like, I'm still dirty. And then just sort of smash a cookie down. And you don't wanna do more than 2 of these per row. They're gonna cook to be chunks of love and devotion. They're devoted to clogging my arteries and prematurely ending my life.
What are your desired adjectives for people to use with this recipe?
Anti-racist. At this stage, if you're brave, you will suck on your fingers. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna endanger you by suggesting that you should do such a thing. What do you think, pink or green next time, Alex? If you don't have an oven thermometer, just get it. Right now, for instance, I have my oven set to 400 degrees, right? But if we open it, it's at exactly 375. Oh! So we want it to just have started to turn brown right at the very edges there. Check this out, folks. Ba-da-ba-da. Oh no! You know what that means? Means we have to eat him first. Ah, yes, poor Mortimer. He was a delicious friend of mine. Oh, Mortimer. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, good. Oh, that is so goddamn. Mortimer, die again. My favorite way to enjoy a chocolate chip cookie is with ice cream. I have some buttermilk ice cream that I made, and we're gonna take a scoop of that. Delicious, right? So let's take a bite. These are the best cookies. They're the best cookies. They're crunchy, they're gooey, they're rich, they're perfect. They're the perfect chocolate chip cookie, and there's just nothing else to say about them. So make some chocolate chip cookies. I mean, ice cream is just next level. Because it's cookies and milk together. They're so good. Yes, we did learn how to iron. Yeah, we learned also how to nab a good man, and one kind of salt I say has a special application is dog salt. It's like magic.
The Gathering.
God damn it! No, I don't play Magic: The Gathering. What are you talking about? I only play the stock market.